tuning in to the Follow-Up Podcast. I'm Eden, and it's my dad, Noah, and every week, for about 3 years now, we've been sitting in my bed and having a conversation about something we want to talk about. And this week, we're going to talk about group projects and just like working together in a team. We did an episode, I'm pretty sure last year, about this same topic, but because I'm doing another group project in school, we thought this was worthwhile to bring back.
Remind me in third grade what your group project was?
We did book clubs and we had to make posters about our books.
I don't. Oh, now I remember. Okay, what book was it?
I forget what book it was, but it was such a good book.
I just remember.
And now I forget about it.
It wasn't Mr. Limoncello, was it?
No.
I just remember the group project where we came in and you had done dioramas.
That was another one. Yes, we made dioramas. We wrote a whole book.
Yeah. Okay, so explain the group project this year. This is your first group project, fourth grade. What's the group project?
So we're doing, each table is we're doing natural disasters. So each table is focused on a different one. I'm doing volcanoes, and we're going to have to get a lot of research, do a lot of research, get a lot of information, and then make posters to teach people about it. Hopefully you're going to get to come in to see it.
Oh, cool. Okay, so how are the responsibilities divided up?
So there's...
And how many people are in your
group? In
my
group there's 6 people.
Okay.
So there's different subtopics, of course, and so someone had the paper, and we did it. Raise your hand if you want this job.
So what were the jobs?
So some of the jobs, causes of volcanoes.
Okay.
Different types of volcanoes, effects, safety tips, geographic information.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so safety tips.
And then just background information.
Safety tips is just run?
No.
Okay. So the so then, all right, so how does it work then if you just say, well, raise your hand if you want this, because what if 2 people raise their hand?
If 2 people want it, then there can be 2 people with the same job.
But just 2 people?
2 people, but then actually, surprisingly, nobody did 3.
Oh, well, okay, so then you guys got lucky.
And we made sure that we limited it to, like, you're only allowed to have 2 jobs to make sure everybody got what they wanted.
Okay, so before you went into this, you said, okay, or your group said, all right, only 2 people on each one, and you can only have 2 jobs.
Yeah.
So, okay. So how will you now go about doing your research?
So you're going to research our subtopics, not in groups alone, and then we share our information.
Okay, but how are you doing your research?
Oh, we're reading on some paper books, online, like on some book websites.
Okay.
And that's how we're doing it at the moment.
Okay. So there are certain sites that your teacher says, go on this site, find your information, and then you have textbooks also. And
books.
Like information books.
Yeah.
Right. So we call them textbooks, like this is your science textbook. And
well, it's not a textbook.
Right, I know.
Just like
but we had science textbook, and maybe chapter 3 was volcanoes, and then there was everything about volcanoes. Okay, but you just have books about volcanoes.
Yes.
Okay, and then what are your subtopics?
Causes and safety tips.
Ah.
Would you like to know some of the safety tips? Actually, you probably don't.
Yeah, you probably can't run a volcano. But
Okay,
wait, hold on 1 second.
Yes.
When you get all the information and you're taking notes in an orderly fashion, okay, do you then have to write a paper about it, or is everything going onto the poster?
It's gonna get like combined, and not everything's gonna go on
Well,
a
sure,
poster.
but bullet points for each thing will
Yes.
go on a poster.
I think so.
And
We haven't gotten to that stage yet.
I wonder if you could do
stick papers on.
Yeah, but make little books, like look like windows.
Yeah.
And you open them up,
Or like
but each
a Q&A basically.
But it's each. Okay, so you have a piece of paper like this, a small piece of paper like this, and it's you have 2 flaps, and you draw a volcano on the outside of each one, and then it opens up in the middle, and then you get your safety tips or something like that.
Cool.
But then, of course, you would draw a big volcano or however you else.
Yes.
And then at the end of your presentation, are you going to light it on fire? And it's like, oh my god, this is really hot, and then everybody runs from the ash?
No.
Not going to do that.
We
Okay.
are not going to do that.
Are you going to do the volcano experiment in class
We're not
with the...
sure. But I was actually hoping we could do that. I'll
Be
try
fun.
to ask my teacher.
Yeah, that'd be neat. All right, so far, have you enjoyed doing the research?
Yes, I have.
Good. What have you learned from last year's experience doing your very first group projects that you're going to take over to this, whether good things or bad things?
I think just like the most important thing is just teamwork on this. So, and communication. Because in group projects, especially when there's so many people, it's important to have good communication with each other and work together. So like I'm doing safety tips with someone else, so I need to make sure when I do it that, okay, yeah, we're like adding in all of our, like both of our ideas together, we're like working together when we're doing it. It's not one person doing all the work, like we're helping each other out with all of this stuff. If someone needs help, that like you're there for them and you can help them.
Right, so when you're doing research, say on safety tips,
And
your partner is not looking at the same book that you had just looked
but
at.
like if one of my partners is working on different types of volcanoes, and I read my safety tips part, and I come across something about different types, I'll give them the book. Like,
Right, sure.
Hey, I found something, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You might want to read this.
Yeah, it's good work.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
I'm guessing you had some group projects when you were
Yeah, for
in
sure.
middle school. What were some of your favorite ones?
I
Or
remember
just some of them?
the one I remember most was, I think I did it with Todd, or maybe we did them individually. Oh, I gotta ask Todd. I think it was third grade. I gotta ask Todd if we did it together. It was on Italy. Like we had like countries.
Okay, you
And-
chose Italy.
Or we chose it, or we
Okay,
were
okay.
assigned. I don't remember. And I remember making a poster,
Okay.
and I remember having these stencils, and I used them to write Italy at the top in those
Yeah.
big block letters.
Oh yeah.
And I remember the boot, and I remember gluing. Italy looks like a boot.
Oh, that's cool.
It comes down here and then goes up. It's got the heel, and then it comes out like this. Looks like a boot. And I remember gluing pasta on to there, and then bringing in pasta. I think I did it with Todd. But I do remember in group projects as we got older that, well, yeah, it's still in elementary school though, having the working really hard to allow myself to give in to somebody else's grand vision. So not thinking like, well, that wasn't exactly what I was thinking, but all right, like that can work, but we can also try to do it this
Or like,
this way.
how about
So it's not gonna, in a group project, it's never gonna turn out exactly the way you see it in your head, because you have other people working on it, and
or like
you have to just be okay with that.
or like if someone has an idea and you have an idea, but they're like kind of similar but different,
Mhm.
you could say, hey, I really like your idea. Maybe if we do your idea and then maybe we incorporate my idea a little
Yeah.
bit. Or like we combine both of ours.
Yeah, I agree. And I was never I was not a good artist at all. I'm still not. That's, you know.
You're
So
a good artist.
so there were a lot. We had, remember working in groups where someone may not have had great ideas for the project, but they could execute others' ideas artistically. So, you know, maybe research wasn't their strong point or geography wasn't their strong point, but they were a great artist. So you could say like, hey, I think let's try to draw a flower here, or this or that, and then they could put it onto the poster, and that was awesome. Yeah. But it is always, and then
It's
there,
kind of like incorporating everybody's strengths into the project.
which is important, and it's
Yes.
important as a leader to figure out what everybody's strengths are and what they feel really passionate about, because you never want to push down someone's passion about a project.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that everybody feels good about it. Another tough thing I do remember learning in group projects was not everybody's going to carry the same weight. Like, not everybody's going to do the same amount of work.
Yes, I found that out last year.
Yeah, and
one person just couldn't do half of their work, and I did about double of everybody's work.
Yeah, and
because no one else could finish their time, but I had the research, so I had to do. So
right.
So my teacher made me do everybody else's work basically, because half of it, because.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the work has to get done.
Yes.
And if you give the other person as much chance as you can until it gets to the point where, all right, I now need to take over and do this. Because you can't allow the work to just fall off a cliff. So, but you have to give that other person, it's got to be all right, this has to be done by this date. There have to be, deadlines. And if team members aren't meeting deadlines, then other people have to pick it up. You'll find that out in the real world too, in work. If other people aren't meeting deadlines, then you've got to figure out a way to
help them meet it.
Right, to help them meet it, or just get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how long do you have for this project?
I think we're going to try to get it done before, right before Thanksgiving.
Oh, and is all this being done in school, or has this been done at home at all?
In school.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm excited.
Yeah, that will be cool.
Would you like to know a few facts?
Aside from them, just being really hot?
That's not a fact. What is? It's
Volcanoes are hot.
I think everybody knows that.
Okay, so far, yeah, give me a few facts.
Would you like to know some actually interesting safety tips?
Sure, just tell me some things you learned.
If you're inside, if you're inside.
Inside what?
Your home.
Oh, okay. First, I think if you're inside the volcano.
Who goes inside a volcano?
That
could be active.
You go inside the volcano, you got more problems than safety tips. Yeah.
Okay, so
if you're inside your home, okay.
Close all the windows. Do not turn on air conditioning. Because your air conditioning's taking air from outside.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
Good idea.
If you're in your car, also keep all windows closed and don't turn on air conditioning.
Okay.
And
drive really fast far away. Seems,
I actually haven't learned that, but probably.
I mean, that's common sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if you live near a volcano, carry a safety kit always.
What's in that safety kit?
A bottle of water, goggles, a mask.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Flashlight. And then here's some causes of volcanoes, which I find really interesting.
Okay.
So one is plates shifting. So when the plates shift, that sometimes causes an earthquake. Well, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Also, sometimes, which also means that if there's a volcano, plates are under volcanoes. So
yep. It can be, yeah. Okay.
So then that lets the plates are over the magma. So the magma comes out, and then when it fills up, boom.
It turns into lava, the magma?
And it comes out. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's eruption. Also, sometimes it just, over time, has just started to fill up.
Yeah.
Then it just starts oozing out, and then gets into a bigger thing.
And then, do scientists or seismologists, do they know, can they predict when a volcano will erupt?
I'm not sure.
That's
I haven't actually gotten to do
that's something
I haven't
to look up.
gotten to do specific research.
Yeah, because that would seem to be really, really important.
Yeah.
How do you stay safe from a volcano? Number one, know when it's going to erupt. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then final cause is just when the pressure builds up under.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the three main causes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to reading more. I found some things on your bookshelf I'm looking at right now, and I left them out on your bed the other night.
Yes.
Were those too basic? Or
I have learned them already, but they were if I had it, those are cool facts.
Cool. Okay, good. All right, well, I hope the project goes well.
Thank you.
And I hope you're able to carry over some things from third grade into this one. Good topic. Love you.
Love you.